pe a jolo unduju ma tika winwa jolo panelist matie watie ke la di ben and la you me uh, matin and you matin me tara paluo ka chel ke um, sister TV ke a jolo Alfred Banya and a jolo un panelist do you matke winwa watik ka kubulok tin um kum Gure me kum Pongdwongo titwalatin no watiro kan nenno kita wor kede donc angene wunno tigi mir me donyi lokene kai tigi miri ti cho pen wek ba tem kong logi ila pen magong nyo ini tie kede um amir kong chako ke moto Alfred ning dog
Ana here for you.
yes yeah ini nero Gure me Pongdwongo weng ni de ki weng
Ana temo neno gi weng kuna network ko bera yelu ka yelu wane temo neno ne chipole gine pola neno.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. Anero pole weng.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ching beach any ana to get better only bad set. And then on beach then na ticket and no I think hospital appointment. She a better on the morning I can you know a chair on a hospital appointment le chen. Kidong tincha bere una bere lega che karma du gudong. And then no ni gira mi ate mwe ani agira ngo bela te me bilga coping comment madano bel kamini wera ni a picture gira ngo mo te me ya kira ne no tutwale lok mo bil karma no kilti galoro ne depend in kono
afoyo won mautiga neno wake wao tieni afoyo doctors, the two doctors, for Reverend, for it 12 being on the panel. Lutua, Amiti, Gam Machia Kamani, Yupe Enini, Uberma Bed, Uberma Munya Tual, Daromi at one, Genda da Kubidini, Kai Por, Kid Machan. Kai neno kiket ma jemo ber ka time kere kar mu karangech kade neno rom meri pepa choli kitam bejo magitiga kati kere ki kom kwan ma papat magu kwan kere rieko ma nyoli madano ti kere kit metela ikin gang kit metela we bie kit metela gamente dano gor wigi wenka chel sia neno ki nywa tam bejo aya jemi bene ma kiloge ma mukati neno bene kibino kiloge ye ma mukene do da bene bukulo makoni wan bi karte ki loke ana miro waje kama ne neno ma chel ki neno ma rio ki gum marach wan no wabedo ki pero wununge mabe founder metar paluo magaluo nyene odong Jimmy Carter ki gum marach en rwenyo mamane madit ma yike utime I padibe West mane Marikiloch kama inino ni one an egno duju kachel kil werwa mukene makika kan chiwo chero duju ilok mayik meliel chiwo tiyo gero bena mabe omiyo nieno ma gikidong awachi ni oloto omire pea king chipaka ana attending nieno ma giki chipol kar kiwachi en neno ma gikini en no dong ga weng dong per tek bene ni dong ini nyang per ga de per ni achela rio pede winyo ma dek ben cha keno dok pede tiako chana ngene atikin jo mutiako ero kuna watiako ni dak acha dak tet ngeo ngamo cha ka ki cha kene chi olo watemo o mi neno ko ni ka dong wakar ko nyiglo achela rio mo no olo to don't want to get dark again mulla ka chan but kibora aneno chalo war mabe tutwa network gere ubero pero kidong bene cham kene no Kamugo mere technical errors mugo gera uberitie but oloto anel chale wache po beru constant total chi wangi ya yum total we koda duak bori mana ka kon gwa kwa mete kiloko kena foy matek boro war mabe total
yeah foy total
yeah
kitung bora kidana nen kede aneno ni yubu war mabe total ana I achake me yub ma keluo retired Archbishop John Baptist of Dama me lega atamo any loke ma lo ulo gina chel mo yum ye ma tek kotwal ena wajini en peya or dog e bi mede getich tutwality man me teach ke actually religious leaders again kidong be med kiti man me ro chapajani anawai man gina uyumi ya so pen karma eno ya biti on end be we out I better ki go change you know ni don't we would lose him eto the end be med ni um pay or put a mere tiki care me tiki uyumi ya twal be pen lo ka te benani tie teach matek madak but and actually religious leaders gonna peace initiative mine I put here one comment teach team a poll mada kidong the significance of kamaki ki you restore school benetie bien restore school restore leadership academy leadership high school yeah again when you rather ni gitigi kita gu yubu ke school li ginu wel gulu ni restore kidung ginu wel madu wel kuma yare lo man me der kwane genu no gitigi der kwangi madong ku konyo dano marom mia chiel mai kin gitielo tina dek matek mano medicine gulu university che ana wachini ada lo be der kwangi garanti der pian ana be ngar chiel ma gok nyo be ke go chi ni gok nyo baby tea you know but well kuma yaro kidong look man wa en kibot si justice gen ke olar tuno mag wa ni wa mo kar no gi porre ba gi chwe chwin matek ento man no gi porre ba pienung gi neno ti ju chake odong gi neno dano ma porre ba bene wero kum gi bene wero kagi bienung gi neno dano ti ke diere guneno ne o ti ke chake chalo kompedi karma gin guoro i ke piero rio bor kolo gi bieno ku kata ki chik kaka mono gina chel kidon kompedi dano kero chingi i jebagi chene me der kwan nong tie madong mwaka manyen ni ti che do ba chake dong kita loke dong der kwan nong u chake dong in mwaka manyen ni si wabi gina ajoro gina professor mone dining dage
apoy won apoy ner wo reverend apoy ni ero
apoyo
yeah man nung wajudi dong for the last time 2024 si dong wa wishing unong nero chok madame danye mwaka manyen bedong yes yeah yeah what tiga den no gina what checking out on gina assessment then ana anen abe le better chambe chambe chala ne no di ko kan kin chabe dong anen no dong and long madong kilor lo alora dong yeah che wai wa kat we wa kachel kedo ne no gin in ne no men ne
no, I don't know Poleo when there were some moments when I was away, Madam Peda Keruchina to 12 years was away. But Polea Bercanano, actually, for the first day I know Chuchak Wang. The second day I was away a little bit. But Berabir Canaro Negere. That been Malawu near Naro, almost the whole game, almost from the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
It
on mute, Doctor. It on mute.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any highlights? My go Emil Watane.
Yeah, and I know Gilma Mok Mau Berutie were really good. The only thing my nano ma Peggy emphasizing any locum health. Mana tamani health in general. No miro gigina gikel to bed in the forefront bene. Waginan you are ngoma giromo tiki the present structures ma pagamente mano tieni to actually enhance the health of our people, or also just to draw attention to the health. Ana Winyo in Neromo, in one of the and Gure me Pongdwongo, in one of the places, and CJ Gikome Uberka Log mental health. So I think he's got it. He's got it as a strong point. But we need to put it, and we need to cultivate that and bring it to the forefront. And look, my health. Kidong gin ma rio ma nano bene ma beru attack apart from the passion Madano Tikwede is actually very highly commendable. I really like the passion Madano Tikwede. But look, NCJ may towards the end. Maulo, in response to Ngoma Operation Wealth Creation, go Bekalogone. I thought it was quite deep, and I quite really liked it because he really put it in context where interventions mabiro miro pogo bed mere. You see, a narrow car mo kere down making comparison. Kabere mbere lwanyu beru tiedo, kambere lwanyu beru tie, without really looking into the nitty gritty of no actually me ilwany mau beru tiedi, and for how long, and what were the characteristics. Where intervention mano biro can be situated in the context in which alwany enu time. And so any violent conflict kapag characterizing mabe maginero matut, usually interventions mukere mabiro polkare interventions biro mano paramutim addressing the challenges that is brought about by such violent conflicts. So I thought he really went into it really deeply, and I thought that was good in the sense or clarifying the different characteristics of all these other conflicts, Mobile, Uganda. I thought that was good. Kidong, Gilmana Roma, the group that performed very, very well in terms of Dogo Kori Manogi Minigi, and a group Pamege Egini, Pamege Anaro, Tutuale, Mego Maikari Chabin Wakelo on our show, Gene.
Rosalba.
Rosalvo, you are.
Yeah.
Rosalvo, I think they really did a thorough kind of, research and also worto ka birbi no duan daro ma pegi gene gi ma pol kare we just overwrite them. So I thought that was really and I think that came out very well, based on her background in the NGO world. So I thought that was really, really the best example of a committee. Magutiuma, I really, really like that because they were really so grounded and they brought out the issues per mege, the issues per month, the issue of vulnerability and so on and so forth. Bukelo very, very well. So I really like that. That was a very strong point for me.
Point but take more that. Briefly, me gamma look begin me 2 wiki. I'm your child for Alfred. Pian one of it kick in a response group meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But time pay and I need give me what team in it, but you concept. And I need what chow no detail law. Couldn't what don't you mind? One me know what doing your pong come over what he
Yeah.
what concept, what trial come matter. And that kind of saved the day, Pian. I'm over trying to get in concept. When you Karma can keep Dr. Charles said I'm doing that can be.
Yeah, there was very little time actually. So he could not even explain anything.
Dr. Charles said don't Chiang Wen, Mano Kachapio Chele, Jacke, and also office Kunu, Karwatiki director,
Yeah.
Professor Boy. I was look okay, and at that moment, you took me in a team about Professor Boy. She was look okay. I realized actually I'm not near and no that I'm young, my tech mother.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew go in the same hole then.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was look okay. She don't actually copy of the needs assessment, K and copy of the concept. Yeah. She don't better on what they discussed.
Yeah.
Well, the Camembert American Camille, ni Dr. Charles Sella Modoge, il be chano no don't begin. And angeni, pegang wa terra nim you ma what he get. And
Yeah, sure.
Alfred to one new kid time new a concept. So what do you what to do you complete?
The nitty gritty, yeah.
Yeah, put the pen down where put me on the angle on my give it to you. Yeah. Alfred Pangake Mil Gamelin.
Anapoya, I agree with Professor Kennedy. In health, there was a gap in terms of focus, but at least planting a marker or presenting chado die gina no although no we no I would have wished ne or touching on ne will be building on some structures Mogochalo village health health team
Exactly.
Strengthening capacity pagine for communities make konyeke kengi Pian focus to 12 on Guinea. Pian Megwani was a community resilience approach, you see.
Yeah.
That was the concept. So focusing so much on the psychiatrists, which is and only is not a low-hanging fruit for us.
No, it's
not. And those low-hanging fruits, Novamero, Kongwachaho and village health workers linking in with the health centers, and so on and so on. Kadongwa moving. Eventually, yes, we want to have psychiatrists,
exactly.
But kumbedi wachaho ki kwene, and only I pianene don't care, ki wachene, kita ki timo kwere, ki bilogo diri. Dirine don't po. Angay man no tie kamoni kartachi eno.
That's right.
That's the only missing part. But
Yeah.
Kenado Tien Enoni or Kikarugene.
At least it was signposted. Yeah.
Yes, Kibene, we did not have time one benekin wa any mebedu gachelo megin. Dr. Caesar, you work very hard on it. But I think it's something that we can develop. Yeah. So and only from the health pianinano look Rosalba group gipa women ni and be touching what and chunya yom me win you ni jomo biano ke work on a getika locum health. Pian Jamie Mogoma betika bad we were mon behaving in your money. There is a mental health issue.
Yeah, there's a mental health dimension
to it.
Yeah.
So I think the need is there, but don't umierwanene concept one it builds on a bottom-up approach.
Yeah.
The social model I think is important in this case. Kibene ipo mawano rwate Dr. Caesar wano anaberu ka teto gini kileba choli. Concept ni kileba choli. Bene beru be kawa translating. Ileba choli. It is possible. Yeah. It is possible. Chalo the concept of resilience. Kita one better discussing all the time. We can formulate it. So next time, let us do some work on it and do it that way. Now, going generally, just a comment on the Gure, on Gure me Pongdwongo. I thought it was brilliant. Pien Choco Widano, Lukim Gang, Jomati, Level Mapapat, Ke Dor Wigi in such a gathering. So it's a great achievement. In my mind was this has become Pongdwongo or Rochopajo has become a social movement. It has become Dorenyo Waranyim Paluak Mechero Anyim Kagine Kadealing ki problem again get take with it. Bien luak pekimini ipolka mwakamukara angay tela no pe to lead them game getie ki kero magiromo mio bene duange ento tela mano ribu wigi pe ngari monika la kaya binu loko ki tek me kaya nani ento in la kin gang pe romo donye politician binu ki loka me politics in la kin gang pe romo donye very winya but any tika mi ukare kidano megine melo so take a lock or the power again the power balance
structure
yes eno mi in nano lock but wodi be okate so although don't kick a nano resolution mogo wadi ne ki begin dealing can gene a poka ma take in wodi ni so wodi be put stuck in that power struggle. Makun luaktika waranyim gimetgi waranyim.
That's right.
Umier kikelgi within the realm where they recognize this and respond to Duan Pagine.
Exactly.
Duan Paluak. So I really commend leadership Ambassador Chief Justice. Ngayo Gambene played different roles. Ijemi me Uganda. Uwe kong ma gu chaka gong chwinyu bere kumge. Pedano no ngeyo kagwak getieki agenda mukana. Ento is clear they don't have any other agenda. Gina gemera ye chwe chwin gima getiek were kum kita pajo talk were. And coming back to presentation par Rosalba Gini. Enuni I don't mean chwe chwin kita nano kweda line kita megu tika line kweda.
That was a very difficult one for me.
Yes, but enuni Eroni nyuru kita pajo to kwere don.
Exactly.
Jamie Mogomano yang wan po utamo ni megi wa romo donyi iye. Don't get here, you know. And Emmy epitomizes and come again, Ambassador Wajani pay no kamoma don't pinu talk or quiji chari.
It was very deep, yeah.
So
Otemo watching the meaning of me la shoot. You know why yam chon come on me la shoot no pin right. Yeah, you're not shoot no bill coral, no bill lega.
Yeah.
Yam chon ne come on me la shoot pay nano gi lot of it.
Pian day you don't pay
no pay.
Yeah.
Bagumi guru come bay and down in a shoot come on me pay no coral, you know.
So I think there are a lot of positives in it. And then I'm optimistic. Kita ini waju ni chalo there one sustainability issues were there, and to kitu chake kwere anano district more be waju miero districts upori kongine ekum there one kau chaho tim ekumeno chi oro wanano ni gimoma.
Yeah, the momentum is there.
Yeah. Now, kita waji kwere doro dano tek. And so I think they need to balance. Look, a lot of time was spent by the MCs beruka introducing Dano. Time mano could have been spent me ukara ke Dano melo.
Yeah.
Game era is important, acknowledging presence by Dano. And only needs to be done quite swiftly. But a lot of time was spent on those kind of introductions.
Yeah.
I think maybe they will need to manage it in a little bit, time effective manner in future. But it's good, mereme recognizing. Pianbe dano kaginano ni joma papat, Roma pat tika bino meaning gibe encouragement, which is important.
Yeah.
So that's just an observation. Otherwise, yes. Duogo pagina pa ambassador kumlok pa hydro document poverty ni and I was forced actually to comment on it on Guinea.
Anero
yeah. Guinea premier ki better blaming the victim because it was
victim blaming is a dangerous.
Yes, why no victims don't get resorting to these things because no state structure matika konyo gi pere. Kita ambassador wajuni Jamie Mogoma kichwado chalo i Kampala giko pengolo karuma. Chidong dano mati peho kichaho ileki peho ni enu ni. Yes, So dano karigitie ki tam nyoki ker moma no me konye kangi umier kongbe ki mini gi a bit of support to lift them up to a certain level. Kita en wajo ni pingo jo kane tie I dog ora chel jo kane tiki morka jo kane peki morka. And only was a bit unfair because paying yung ngata tiki morka ni kita eno chako no accessing the power me o morka ni eno wa be morka ni eno pe tiki capacity me extending level manati ene to the rest of the family. So
yeah, and Muta on its own is really not an indicator.
An indicator of yeah. So I think Enoni, I applaud him going deep. Enoni, I don't a person who is genuine in terms of commitment to this thing. And his commitment really convinced me. And
but just to get in Kenya, you see, it also gives us a sense of Johnny Benedict, the little bit on the surface.
Yes.
Yes. They're a little bit on the surface. They are really superficial. It is superficial. No point on
your analysis of what poverty is. You know, Peramo, what you get the victim of poverty, what poverty is. The victim knows much better than
precisely because they live it.
Yes, that is why they are there. You know, so it was, you know, yeah. Anyway, so that's.
I watching I don't look for Philip Idro. Philip Idro was my peer. One of
Oh dear.
Phil were in the same hole. I'll tell you afterwards. And Kirano Kiwani Dogariani, you know.
Yeah.
Karma Gamenta Pamin, I don't know, you know, Shingi. No Tubotki. I don't tell Quane. Mamma no Gamenta Pia Poro. A man got Pamin Pia Poro. And no, Udugudong. Kati Doki Gamenta Pagan, Pambuseveni. And Mary Kati. Katiam.
Okay. All right, so those are the kind of overviews, I think. So I don't know, kind of the band maybe what yet on the specifics, again, the resolutions.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, chill, man, and my look, no more category too. His definition of wealth power, and kind of key analysis, and tech, actually, kids are known that you get it, but tech actually. Kita kilonge kimule mononi query in you so power you know bedu the again okay texturing
and work
water rebe kitij matek ma luere ki komene ti madano ngeni anangage anatina chule ana wood you know I would call on your I would your logum, you know, mono be tell and combating don't near what recognize me. I don't loan your pay, she near what dog elevator in where don't load you do get. Then kind of kiran while you're not there, pepe no more, but why combating don't what dog, Luku, what dog lo mare, what dog lo watcom, wa Morocco down on only kita professor wajani acham chodne.
Yeah.
Yes, but you will put a body, but your mom will put a body was team without period and the piaguno kelon mo ye. You know,
exactly. Yeah.
No acham chodne. And you don't talk about you know, Jim Matica member, Yazika can mobile team at right with that shallow abuses in social media and on our giving.
Yeah.
You think can about two. One last for camera when no car man kisi car levi come for two. So those are all my grandmother's name, no top and this is real top kita kambas to educated. So look my project is a real tech mengo, restoring and rebuilding our community. And it is complex. Beyond. Kidung kokoma about the lady but door there one you winding out look my gaps near Kenen Ben Kelvin Kichalti gaps we will tear gaps my funding we will tear that's one thing you know gaps my training be me some of that and that's where I never know your role for my diaspora here. So I gaps my training. Get away in training of village health team. We made some attack plan. And again, even beyond training village health team, we're training the wider team. We're boutique at here. And analysis, my professor in the table, the paralysis. Here, but not only don't take money and the paramotic. That's just unthinkable, you know. There's that level of analysis, you know. Word mean okay the examples. Ni actually getting probation officers. And to peg it care of it's a combination of paralysis and it's a combination of lack of capacity.
Yeah.
In probation officer could have they are very familiar with this to tell a go. But time me okati beneki but down on poll, Now they would have wanted specific address on these issues.
Yeah.
And then on a chat ni down but that you medani cow no nene keto ni ago kagutimo pali e guru town. Pero okay going down to be down in good town. For the moment, tell them tuol ma dok du do kan ngoy la ke donc ki kwan ki tero nyoy karane nyoy panene me dok du kama no otemi bal. This is a role for probation office. Now no get on discharging this so in the chat madam but that came out very powerfully.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, kigin ma ben amiti a commenting here and I gin ngo ma reverend berka wajine about we really I think they're really doing well and to tell our egni to make it really a social movement and not just not to base it on an individual,
Yeah.
to make it a social movement.
Mm.
Now, my fear to twale madare komrudi eneni. We are actually the society is moving ahead of Rodi. And they should be very careful because kado gin kunini gin girom losing ginagio they again metela or pien kadong joma ini telo gi gene dong gitia nyim inde dong mochel no tela di no gino no tela no baleo. So in Mirago, they should really come up very strongly by supporting this social movement and to be in the forefront of really championing this social movement. Kape Jorobe, because the society is ahead of them in this regard. Thinking manero, tika moving my bed, pangeo, ketabi chake kwede, and I look me, look me there, kwan because you see that's really the a very strong project in this program Medar Kwane Piana Nero, there's a lot of passion for it,
Yeah.
and that also gives you the sense of the passion for education in the region. The passion for education is really there, and we should really leverage on that. Ni passion medication but another bereni mirgo gingo coming up with a very with a strategy. Gin manaro polkar balo yub duchu mati tumpoto and any the oftentimes there's a lack of strategy on how to go about it. Yen kombedini gitieni o daro achel mirgumi oloto chiling elif achel so ka initigi dana beach the oti mirgumi chiling elif beach and all this. That's okay. But we need also to get some people who are going to put this into action. But I don't know, but I chose a chat, ni okay, we can come up with a strategy. I'm definitely sure ni waromuno lutera chuli gin mia chel. Magiromo mio chilling million pa. Kawa no lutera chili gin mia chel. Mangara chel. Gin mia chel can ba out of a population of nearly 2 million or above 2 million. Kawa no gin mia chel. No watigi 1 billion. Kawa no gin mia rio magarawo mia chile million abija. We'll have another 1 billion. Kawa no. So gin manaro gitika timone bene ene mio that is it some kind of a certificate? Is it some kind of a prize or something? Those are things, we should really, really, really engage it and get very passionate people who are really, really, really committed. Meno gintien no lutero mia gena lutera chili mia chil mira mia chili million pa. I don't think it would be too much. Maybe don't want to walk my life for an India. But I'm definitely sure we can get 100 people. That's already 1 billion. Well, no, me area muken magaraw me chilling eli begin we get a magaraw me chilling eli million and big. That's already another 1 billion. Wano lutero mukere magegene lutero million gene lutero eli bachel. Magaraw me chilling million and chela. That's another 1 billion. So we can easily, within 1 year, we can raise over 3 billion shillings. Ma romo konyo lokman meder kwani. Iyo mo ma kawabir strategy mabe no very passionate and very committed people to run this. We can really very easily within a year or two we can get up to 4 billion or more. Numerate Tama, maybe I'm
no Tama bear, but
expectation.
I never see matter.
Yeah, and only because the question of sustainability, growth, in a way, is important. And only Paul Cargung, Twinu Berutiene, there one really how effective will it be in the long run? So those suggestions I think are brilliant. Kiti wajuni, tie dano matiki capacity makumeno. Inkanen Professor. Is it Professor Pio lawyer? And he gave at a go, he gave 30 ginago.
Yeah, 30 million.
30 million. Okay. So we have people with capacity.
Yeah, both in the diaspora and at home.
And at home, yes. Yeah, how much we have tapped into Joe Matie at home, well to do, apart from politicians, in high government positions. In addition to that, I think I was impressed by the idea Ambassador Wajuni, Tianema, the Jomagelone settlers, Gugina, Gujogoni, Peki Bitiu Quere, Antopi, Beri Kibego, Beri Kicha. So Enoni could be used as leverage to lever funding even from external bodies that are interested in promoting education. That's an additional way, Megine, levering. That trust, the status of that trust fund, how they're going to set it up legally. If it's set up legally, obviously the purpose is charitable and therefore it should benefit from funding. External bodies might be able to provide. So Enonibe is an area that I think should be looked at in terms of strengthening and there one. Kibene idea ni Joma no benefit from there one. Umier kinembe nigi dugu into the the community, maybe
into the community.
Yeah. I think only all good incentives. Pian Paul Dano Manano were a bit hesitant about contributing to this. We're saying I'm gonna take a chance dog order take a conyo chululuteno gangwa and a quan chane da chetka chulu there mama pange ka be conyo dog order. So that change of attitude benefit there is value in the common good. The common good will come out of this collective effort. Paying a young atma kichulu enoni guak dirimaja ubidawa data bino narimoki gange idogangwa guak bicheri or yatma and ngati and I may be available, treating down makumeno. Paying a kakwe not any konyo and only big konyo in, whether you directly or indirectly through your people. So that kind of education also is required, to prepare people mentally.
And
So,
that issue came as a concern for gaps, funding gaps. Terrible a solution. But is labor to look for funding. Where teacher Katana made where you made a gym. So that's certainly there, Yeah, sorry, I'm going to did you want to continue?
I just wanted to say things like popularizing. I think the resolutions what no do come there kwan. I think the one nano my only again. Pa kwano in detail pa ngayon kita that will be implemented apart from raising awareness. Chalo kamone ke waduni ka chato kom yor pe ke yap chok ke schools ot yat. In ngar mane mai charo kom pe wek ngar latin ma tie wakane below 18 pe wek ogine udonyi ot kom ot mato kom. Who is going to police this? This is my question. Whether Dano Nelmer and in a check they will turn, a blind eye, So
can number 10 watching it, they'll be joined Achora District Council to concretize and check. So I think that will probably be a way forward rather than check in. That might be one of the check what you can yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Popularizing coffee farming, manano dano gine. Nene gujolo very well. I was sharing ke madam kan ni gine. One UK kan watiki gine. Lulaha magin gine ge kabaka utima appointing nyampara for each region. Chalo North London taking Nyampara. See these people gijogo chane me konyo pajo. One of the things magijogo is chane me wilu coffee seedlings.
Okay.
Chane neno gijogo chero to the kingdom. The kingdom mio ki ruodi kingang magi wilu seedlings gipoko kigine. As a way of fighting, fighting poverty. This is an example of how they've used their own cultural institutions. Mekonyo jogi, and liaising with the diaspora. And particularly, but I'm just showing an example.
There's learning from it, and I'm glad you brought it here.
Yeah, pajomu kana magitika timu. And only will need a lot of education, but Jowa, turning to coffee. Genomi awajo pe lugene pe ruodi is because Paul Jemmy Nanoka Chero Chalo through district king or guinea. There were always bottlenecks. Yeah. So Partika Wachi Pemiro Uchere district, but I think both can work. How can we use the cultural institutions to popularize this? But again, it comes to cultural institution, but not yet fit for fit for purpose. Yes. Yet kaput gain twinge going from Rojo, Rojo Pajo, Nero usurping their powers, how then do the two work together? Enemy resolution quite Guinea is important.
It is.
The difference is, our Guinea, our welfare, is a much bigger issue than differences.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think, so that's in terms of the coffee. I don't know about cooperative societies.
I'm a bear, Joko Angeni, Bibiru Tech. In Ginu Gamen de Penaro, look me cooperative. In cooperative, Uberu instrument, my UPC government, you can to extend their powers into the villages. Don't give me that, go to your cooperative, do to add, you don't, don't pay,
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
yeah, it can be hijacked.
It
can be hijacked. That is true. But I think essentially cooperatives can be very good. But one other thing, Manaro, over and above that, and CJ, Biruka popularizing macadamia again to Twali actually, and so many people have actually gone into it. He has done a lot in terms of tree planting. He's done a lot. Maubirka Pogogin freely, by the way, in many parts of actually Mobirka Pogogin only. But Gilmanda Amero commenting here and I need Kombedini ki agricultural gain mawatika timoneni. There's a big distortion in the market. Chi any pegetim addressing logme market distortion. Kombedini ka ini mero ka ini chero Uganda Dr. Mero Willow Diei Kidiei moke can may cho pong lori tika gine pe kar kwede kigin. Ki wikaroma. Kape no waraga giboro men la Munyere dong freedom nong pagado meti mukit gin mano ini.
That may make it difficult, yeah.
Aya kombedi ni in peramo a kilo kung nyo padive. Ma ini tiyo nyim gunia mia dek mia ngwane ti bino kere Kampala. Inge be mago ine wikaroma. Pien giwachi ini no warga meti mugine ni gikwene. So when nong dog and boromin la diti. Ma jemine when miro gitim ngo ene pien enong ti in cahoots with the Mukwano and all these other people. Ere dong char in and kong deal in wang in char nyimini gwa killing eliba de konyo eliba reo gimi.
Oh yeah, char they will maping them.
Char they will maping them. Chene bene inde no and you tung botgi. And you bought be the mewa chumporun kwere in the same gin. Gina don't get you in charge or in control. And I will be moving my level. My narrow level gina aeroberka luo geoberka nyurogi kenoni. Those are the people who are in charge. Magino directive directly gonna kiboro men like this. So the market is so distorted. Market indicate twinny in the team gina gifu korongo to tral korongo. No, you are actually no unity merma butch.
In that okay well look more being away parliament. My udah obun men look me government te miru get to take over marketing board do ko nen kon gin mat
Aku kerdo piano la di do kerugeno kerchio de checken magi mo manyen. Yeah, it's low now. So the whole thing is back to the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Industries.
Yeah, I think look, my wajikum access to market is very important.
Yeah.
The war pian one when you get a Luo TV regularly online. And there was a meeting ma Lupu in Noya were complaining.
Yeah.
Nik gen ke encouraging gen ma puru certain produce. Kagi puru, inyi pura nyoge puru nyim. Ka o ka chato ne no welo porro. And well porro.
It's done deliberately.
And well porro, I think because of my Professor T watching me. Yeah, it's artificially set at a low level. But in don't pay ramono yegimo. So people give up. Kidong gubera waja tirane lokum peto fruits. Tie la puma tie way, umi example pa jomu puru gene mangoes. Giwai kumbe digino ni kachato mangoes pere. Ma Paul mango farmers are actually cutting mango trees down.
Yeah.
They're clearing the ground for other, for other crops. Yeah. So this thing about market access, I think, is important. Makadiki encouraging Dano. And only is
very discouraging. Yeah.
It's a bigger problem. But maybe putting pressure, it may actually have to be a lot of political pressure. From that economic bondage, controlled by those who are claiming to be fighting poverty, but they're the ones again. Poverty in the area.
Yeah, they're actually benefiting from people's poverty.
Yeah. So I think that's important. So
Ben here, the Ben, the Ben.
Message going in 5 minutes to the end of the show. So
yes.
Well, I have to pick up. We might pick up in point 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10 another time. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, mafutpe wa donyo kaneno enoni anamitika po joma chika neno wa kwa tieni nyo aluko chao ne yung pierang yung pinyi ni chao ne wera mapapat si amira po dujo. Angeni concerns beritie madano beritie kere lor me Gure me Pongdwongo edition me restore donc concerns mukene madano no berti kere bena wa ocho go bero kila pin bene magi wache ni pingo Gure me Pongdwongo da ketio kiter kamukene si enuni atamni umere dano magiti kila penye ene kunyang ni actually ie large pedong Pongdwongo ken kemirni kit mayang chon kachoke madit maono kichako bene kiber katimne kaber mapat en inin bene bi wot kameno bi romo di actually liweng man enini otime ya moro pengene mwaka manyen gwak beri noya nyo gwak beri yung agago nyo gwak beri yung lamo si bi wot mer kameno ma ene pe umire dano da kotamni umire bet kaka bere chele ken lok mukene matie ene giber ka wachini dan ene dano beru ikema ne beru yega do dana nak tutwal do anamira mi la gama chiel ni wangi kitiu ki strategy manyen ma ki kitamni umir ki luong dano on invitation ma Paul dano mago cher ko ni wengu no warga meluo ni kitimo man were wako dano bediot pe dare ni waje dong ne Gure me Pongdwongo dong kitiga lo kama kiti lo pa chuli ye ci dano tu bino duju mano chao kene wa gwako gi cher silo ni mane ini malupe kilokom resources mano tie mano ene niang yot chatam ne ka kenyo pawawero uyelwa kitam tutwal engeo lok me niang rocho pajole enini uyelo widano tutwal pikar malaj ma tijomo kene watin wadiri put pego niang yob me rocho pajo donc gibi niang nini anatam ni meto kikupo wema me rocho pajole enini pikar duju chawa duju be weho loke eneni be mor momot iwidano adak bena gibi niang momot jomu kene bena pe ine royo ke niang jomu kene gi yero niang ma megi nyomer gen gite kar gi kan niang gemoni chika dak bena eno ni bena chao kene ka dong eno yi ma do chwa ko gemoni chao kene de gweno ki ye kwe no do no bere chi koridane eno ni bena umer ke mi bot ki chawa be chao kene gi rom niang lok mero cho pajo mon mot chi iyongela chen gera ye gibe daho gurri ma tek tutwal ikom man mero cho pajo politicians ki lo loj ma papat including wa ke kwar ma megwa niang yuman mero cho pajo ni promer ki beru yen ma yot tutwal botki piani ka ini neno America tiki edition ini ka ini neno kirma politician go bino kere yopi go bino gere era new politician gitiki kore behavior ge money nyo gitiki kore ko money ma ini mete itu la chen for paparazzi for stealing the show and one kada mira lo mira tu la chen we kenen ngari do gini enani oberkateme but ingeo yuman mero chupajo ini papata tie ma chamu kene beru chalo ko me politics ini ka ini da wai chak temo beru kelo politik lok me ko me yume ro chupajo chi chamu kene dak dano nene ki pa nyo ki nene ki u mega ka beru wela wara de dak da wela wora edong chi gini enini luor madong tie tutwal ki yung bot politician enini yop me rocho pajo tiga rocho actually tiga mer pelo lim dua ko lim ching wa wek dano ben ma wigi kwiri dano chak funyil tieno dano kwan chok lo tieno go cher gang kwan lo tieno nyero kwan dano egone duju chiek olo be tie madorki ma en gini ine ye kur politik wan wati yeni pe chwako politik ma wan wati yeni me goro wilo pero lukuya pen kaka chiel kimin gi karo kimin gi chabon kimin gi chukari kimin gi chiel ngali ba chiel onyo chiel ngali ba rio chidong ini wiru wang pio pe ma beach onyo makaro chino gien be dong ginene mere chala ini dong ene la cho mada mana yedo teka mada mana yetuan cho ko mana yedong chi inoni kori politik enoni mau berkatime pikar mukar ngech ini kai nen yup ino chaka mabe ma widano yape ma wang dano chako yape magitiga neno mabe kori politik eni dong bi o ya diki madung lutela me politician gneno le weng chigo ai o gi ino ma tiga kelu koy ma tek twal ikongi ci o mi o kirika gen ko mbere enini dong ineno kit jone mu kene dong be gu chak warwa ko lwet yo ma welo jomo ko mer ma le ge bet me chao yero yope eni chao kwer ne chao lanyo ne chao ketro ne enu ni no dong nyuru kamano gor ti ye ki yui ike kwaro it's similarly the same pekin yang mabe kero nyotwero pa yupe eni ki over ka kwene matika gor kwana chuli kama luwagi dano ruame eni nyoy nama eni ker gibi ber ka kwer ka nien mone ki cha en ket ma professor wajeni dano tia head dano ma mere ruori no logi ma mere genge dagiti head lo ruori ti man en kama dong no luor bene chier ci bi beri ye ada pien won furuku kanyi bun ki lweny ki lep marajo kom luweru ka chel en to yup mu kene ma no mere uber yup tong tika chera nyim malo ber madano tika jole ne ho dan bene tika me ye chwa ci atam ne gine bene kele luor ma be de aneno la member mon penyo I comment ma koni kadda ke ye do ngo bi da ye man mo le aneno penyo kon wachi lok me telematic and worrying kono yup me gen ke kwar tin ni gen yup me gen arocho pajo tiki yubango pere ci aneno bene ta mone ke gam eta mera wachi me achiel kong en mo mi ruori peki kero gi petian lo Rudy at that particular time, he had checked in me Gure me Pongdwongo, very Pongdwongo. Ono kar enoni kar magen giti marachu twali kinge. Maono puri, inyo ki wajini lok maliet. Beru ni na chele rio money, moga ni ma dek angwen no don work kwe. Jono don ki tam ne kon kir ma fut gen giti ka buche ki lep ki ruche kinge ni. Pe kon ki be ka kero gi kamoni ka kikel gi kendano kama ko ni leb dano ramo chei komgi nyo gwak ki bichayo gi enyim dano nero no tie ni gin engagement ma me gi bi ber la chen at a later stage no kon ki no tam ki botan pien no inge profile bene indo ichero malupe ki rom moni kamoni kenyu chi ono ruate ki ruori gi ono tie yop mapat ma ono with the hope ni oloto no dongo settling lock matie bene kingi chi aneno ginne bene pedo otime ikien ma bero o bertie kede ento wangi dong rocho pajo go mine me donyo matut merwate kilo diru kake mapat beru piny constituting a team mag biber chalo a reconciliation team Magen given neno ni wako wat ikin Rudy o mere o be gena chel makitimo bene man jeme gone wang jem makitika loko ni 2025 and an waka madong kachale botwa Uganda kubiri wadong kichawa chel keken kidakeka pierdek ya bor wek no wadong de mwaka manyen dong amir ni katwera pien chawa do boy walu tua no mire dong be watiak lok wow ento amiti awachi en kid ma moderator ma megwa wajini chen gwaranyo chen dek manyen wando biduku nyokiri kapo o kwa chen dek wan bena kiri dire majanya wene wan bena furu ramu dugu cho bore neno wakupu bure kono wa mira wa loko kachila chiel ni chake lok me der kwan mano wa loko wa kio weng ka wa chere chi wa chao chik pa chuli der kwan para wa listing jemi marama para big mano mira wan wa loko men cooperative gi en manen wa lori ye ni biti mini ning lok me peto yen amira lok kong tom lok peto yen ma la megomona chiel ubikati kere amauno wachini kaya ono kauno yanki ramo yapo dulmo and within gwari nyo yup mero chupajo ma tutuake jomogo en madong gitiga tamni umir gichat ngom gioni no mir kache nen gen gibi katake lok machar ngom enuni tutuake ngom mamege kilising fokar mo mano chen mone en magen gi mer ni gino si ngom enu ni kiri ka chalo en dul mene maki kero dongwa nyo anda rocho pajoni gin giramo ti ngom enu ni menya elim mala bolle ko miyo chalo me pieto yeri pu moga iye pu no chiene enu ni bi mere ke konyo yup manotie bidonga choli machalo en rocho pajo kadong jo moni enu ni lugu kita no ke kerye warga kita ke ker chingere waka nyonge mwaka panyo mwaka piera rio moni eni ki dwako ngom chani iching wun jo moni enu ni maona neno chalo idea mabe na tutwal kidong yena pita ki kachel ken gwa nyo ka okar matiri madare lokom lok pa CJ ma responding kom dan ma ki idro mo ki operation well pressure ingeo CJ geba wara gago ene na cho ki come ma ka ana neno karma no do luo edro ara wachi do be bojo yeje be bojo yeje ti ikit ma eno tiu kere ke ruom menge chi kwan ke nga ge madako coming himself to a level madako piero loko mod kamera beru ke wuto twal piano da wacho oberuju dog jale ngom ti atam nili eno ni umiru unyut mere jemario ke ken borwa me achel umiru nyut how passionate one machala choli we are kao dog log me rocho pajo kao dog log me jwayo chan mawati ye kao dog log me neno ni pero mati ibotwa ka eni nyo jwe umi neno chala diti logo kameno daga weka wachula diti tika log pi chok beri chalo duan achuli magugor ka che ka dong enti beri chalo mouthpiece magien ma en logo no dong tika logo chalo gien ma ana ya na waji ni waji che ene umiro nyot ni we are very passionate about human merocho pajo ma umir pengot mo obien ka logo ata me abal keri me boilo dano nyo me boilo kaka yupe ini yup mabe amir da dol da ki loga chel bene log pa idro atamli inomiro nyot kama leng bara choli ni kwena matiga kate wako malupe ki pero ma wana choli waberi ye kwena ne chalo ki chulu iye ki chulu kiena mapetiga kate kom loga da bien ka dong dano tika por lweny me mwaka chiel mwaka rio ki lweny me mwaka piera rio ma wan waberi ye chichao kene noni kitiga rwak ku gamugo ye wek wando nen lo wakom nyokit wa pe gamin kony wa pe wan chan ini watika mira ne amira nyokit ma chachuli chako chinying lo tiana mo ni chan amira ni mono enoni is a picture ma kitiga painting ikom wan wako kunu chi it is our responsibility meneno ni wa lago neno enoni wa char lok mamegwa kamaleng dong kirika peti chiek en me chiek pakagale eni do bien le eni angiu dan uber kila pen pe karma laj loka eni do chiek dong kata we na chiek dong kata we do da ko come en chiek tie wel me chele ngali papa ma pier tek ne mire ini kwani bet kere oloto i bet ki kopine ti wel me chele ngali papa ana tamni kama dong wa o yeni dong pega wa cha ko lok maduong malo pa lok mero bajo chani onoti je mu ken ma no fun mera tera ini nge ka ini ka go lu keme go na gi nga geni in pede bi ni pie ba dong ki wa go bul wangi moyo bul kong tere kong talle ka ko ni dong ini chielo gena la nyiga de wiye chini winyo ket mamo kede en lu keme bena ki tera adungu bena ki tera chi kiber ka tero gini eni dong pe kara eni madong kar me miela yedo ramo wando chako miel chi ana tamni lok mero chopaji ni wan machalo la kwe TV kitar baduo wan wa bidugi ye kun wa miti wa donyi ye matutot kun no wa neno ki lo chiel mukate ki edition mario le eni ana po ma tek moderator ngi da cham chaw to makija
be ana po de twal de ben na po panelist wing Alfred professor ya po jo mag tiga wi ba dong chao o di wa we ko pe wa bi bi no ka kwano pe dong mi rong wa lo dong program na lo ra mi ra gik dong ke ligu ni o kat mwa ma be dong mwa ma nyen wa ligu mwa ma nyen wot ma be
Yeah.
Dong wa gigo ke ni jo kamado the ben kay noting that comment by Danone, we might have to come back to it.
ayela pe ati mer ka
Okay.
highlighting den ka ken wa dan nen ngo ma ki ber ka chwala ne
Okay.
kada wa
Yeah.
yeah before ma tek
Bad in the Romular program, no.
okay
Yeah.
for